Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An obligation to pay or do something. Money or goods or services owed by one person to another. The state of owing something, especially money. He is badly in debt. A personal relation in which one is indebted for a service or favor. A written promise to repay a debt. The social force that binds you to the courses of action demanded by that force. Every right implies a responsibility. Every opportunity, an obligation. Every possession, a duty. A legal agreement specifying a payment or action and the penalty for failure to comply. The state of being obligated to do or pay something. He is under an obligation to finish the job. Anything that is owed to someone else. A personal relation in which one is indebted for a service or favor. An obligation to pay money to another party. An obligation to pay money to another party. The quality of being something that holds you back. The state of being legally obliged and responsible. An obligation to pay money to another party. The maximum borrowing power of a governmental entity. The maximum borrowing power of a governmental entity. Debt to be paid by installments. A written form of a musical composition. Parts for different instruments appear on separate staves on large pages. He studied the score of the sonata. A resentment strong enough to justify retaliation. Settling a score. A slight surface cut, especially a notch that is made to keep a tally. Gain points in a game. The home team scored many times. Assign a grade or rank to, according to one's evaluation. Score the SAT essays. Grounds. He tried to blame the victim, but his success on that score was doubtful. Induce to have sex. Did you score last night? A number or letter indicating quality, especially of a student's performance. What was your score on your homework? Make small marks into the surface of. Score the clay before firing it. A seduction culminating in sexual intercourse. Calling his seduction of the girl a score was a typical example of male slang. Make underscoring marks. An amount due, as at a restaurant or bar. Add it to my score and I'll settle later. A number that expresses the accomplishment of a team or an individual in a game or contest. The score was 7-0. A set of 20 members. A score were sent out but only one returned. Get a certain number or letter indicating quality or performance. She scored high on the SAT. The act of scoring in a game or sport. The winning score came with less than a minute left to play. The facts about an actual situation. He didn't know the score. Write a musical score for. A debt that is unlikely to be repaid. The educator who has executive authority for a school. She sent unruly pupils to see the principal. The major party to a financial transaction at a stock exchange. Buys and sells for his own account. An actor who plays a principal role. Capital is contrasted with the income derived from it. Most important element. The principal rivers of America. Criminal law. Any person involved in a criminal offense, regardless of whether the person profits from such involvement. The original amount of a debt on which interest is calculated. The total of the nation's debts. Debts of local and state and national governments. An indicator of how much public spending is financed by borrowing instead of taxation. An unpaid overdue debt. The state of being behind in payments. An account in arrears. A word borrowed from another language. E.g., Blitz is a German word borrowed into modern English. Give temporarily. Let have for a limited time. Loan me some money. The temporary provision of money, usually at interest. The debt of the national government, as distinguished from the debts of individuals and businesses and political subdivisions.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.